So here we have our little character ready to animate. Now I could go into the properties as I do with other layers and just animate the body parts individually, but it becomes quite a messy process to do that. So I'm going to show you how we can use the master properties to create a kind of simplified rig for our character. So the properties I want to animate are rotation. You'll see there I'm going to rotate the arms, I'm going to rotate the legs, I'll also rotate the head and the body. So this is a fairly simple animation. It's just using basic rotation. So in order to set up master properties, I'm going to go to the window menu and open up my essential graphics panel. And in here, I'm going to select the composition that I want to create my controls for. And then it's really easy. It's just a case of dragging the controls into the essential graphics panel. So I want the rotation of the front arm. So I'm going to drag that in and I'm going to call that arm. And then I want the rotation of the body, drag that in, and I can just rename that body. And then the front leg rotation, so we'll call that F leg. And then this one will be B leg. And then we'll have the head and then the back arm. And that's how easy it is to set up controls via master properties to control your character. So I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it Simple Character Animation. Now the great thing about the Essentials Graphics panel is I can now save this as a template. I can even export it so that people can use it in Premiere Pro. And we'll have a little look more at master properties a little bit later. So the great thing is now when I nest this inside another composition, and I've already done that in here, you'll see I've got my character nested inside this composition. And if I open up that nested comp, you'll see underneath the transform properties, I've got master properties, and these are the controls that I set up here in the Essential Graphics panel. And if I want to animate them now, it's really, really easy. So you'll see I can just swing the front arm backwards, keyframe it, and we'll swing the front arm forwards, keyframe that, and then we'll also get the legs into position. So let's keep that leg out front and we'll put the back leg back a little bit. So we're getting the opposite, the back leg and the front arm are swinging back. And then we'll also just animate the head a little bit. So let's have the head up and we can also move the body a little bit, maybe have the body going back a little bit. And that's going to be our start for our animation. So we keyframe all of that and then we're going to move ahead a little bit and we're just going to reverse everything. So I'm going to swing the arm forwards, and if we're doing that, we're swinging the other arm backwards, and we do the same for the legs. The front leg will be going backwards, and the back leg will be coming forwards. We can also adjust the body, so let's have the body move forwards a little bit, and the head maybe move back a little bit. Okay, so now we've got our little character going from one stage to another. What I need to do now is loop that, so I'm going to Alt-click on the stopwatch for this one, and I'm going to add the loop out expression under property in the expression language menu, and I'm going to change the name of the loop to ping pong. Now if you want to learn more about expressions and how they work, you can check out my expressions course. But basically we're just putting a loop in there so that those keyframes loop continuously. And if I Alt-click on the other stopwatches and just add the same expression into them, so I'm just pasting it in, then we should have a very, very simple little walk cycle. Now the nice thing about this is if I hit U so I can only see my keyframes and I go in between, then I can create an intermediate frame. So I can maybe in the middle have the body moving back and the head moving forward slightly. So there we have a little walk cycle. And in the next tutorial, we're going to have a look at how we can add another item to our master properties